Evening all. What's up? It's been a minute. Life has been getting in the way of streaming, but here we are. What's going on, everybody? Here, Brian, AJ, Trevor, Daniel. Lots of familiar faces. What's up, everybody? Rich G, what's going on, son? Aaron says he tried Omnia. Speed of shipping, was impressed. Yeah, exactly. Well, good point. Why pay extra for what you get for regular from Omnia? All right, so we're going to talk some tackle tonight. We're going to talk about some tournaments coming, past, forward. Some fun stuff, some fun plans. Might have a guest that's going to show up potentially. How's the fantasy? Are we talking bass fantasy? I pushed up into the 90% after I had a big Sabine. I'm back in the mix. I'm leading the Bassmaster Pundit group. Things are good. Things are good in fantasy world. MLF is so-so. All right, let's watching some baseball. Yeah, there you go. Free jerky. Omnia's headquarters is located in Golden Valley, Minnesota, which is just west of Minneapolis, or Plymouth, or St. Louis Park, and that, yeah, it's just west of Minneapolis. And it's pretty good for shipping that it pretty much gets everywhere pretty quickly. Got the little tea tonight, little Arnie Palmer. Whew. Make sure we thank Arsenal Fishing for supporting the stream. As always, the HellaBass Live is presented by Arsenal and boosted by Powerhouse Lithium. You know, I have not heard about any penalties. I know Luke Duncan alluded that there was some investigations going on, but I haven't heard anything. I don't know. Based on their past, like, they've always gone pretty soft, tried to sweep things under the rug. It'd be interesting to see if they actually make a statement this time or not. But I don't know. I don't know. I kind of feel like they're going to hope that St. Clair, they're going to catch them really good, and everybody's going to forget about Cayuga. T-Cube in the house. So, yeah, I haven't heard anything about penalties, and I don't know if we will. Even if they do, I don't think they'll talk about it. They might just adjust people's payments. I don't feel like they're going to DQ anybody. Maybe they'll just, like, you know, if they said, oh, you caught this 5-pound, 6-ounce smallie twice, they're just going to take it away and let them have the 5-pound 2-ounce or the 4-pound 12-ounce and shift them down one spot. Like, I don't know that they're going to go hard on anybody. So, see some member chats. Doug, SmackDown Outdoors. Good evening, sir, to you. I can't pull those over in a StreamYard. I wish they would fix that. And then Daniel says his 20-month member Visor Gang, we having a 2-year party. We're getting there. Yeah, we should. I'm not sure what the minimum order to get jerky is. No problem, Aaron. Oh, boy. We got potential Jello shots flowing for Kyle tonight. Hitting the like button doesn't hurt anybody. That's true. What's up, Andrew? Andrew, can you tell us, is there a minimum threshold for jerky? What is the criteria to get jerky in your box? Nick, am I going to see you on Sunday? Yeah, or maybe somebody have to do 10 push-ups in the parking lot before the tournament. St. Clair should be good for sure. It is pretty tasty. A little salty, but other than that, it's pretty good. A friend told you that 200 gets you jerky, Nick? Yeah, I didn't. I fished Tuesday night on another circuit. That went pretty well. Last night was our anniversary, so I couldn't sub in for anybody on Marion. So there was another. Let me see. I think I saw a Dobbins question from David. What would I recommend for frogging 7-foot max length? Because I fish out of a yak. I'd go a 5-power. 705, whatever fits your budget, right? Whether that's a Fury, a Colt, maybe a 7. I mean, the Caden is a 7'1" 5-power, 715. There's a Champion 705. Any of those 705s, I would go that. I throw a 735 mostly for frogging, but that's what I would go with, David. Whatever's in your budget in a 5-power. Ooh, a little stingy. Speaking of stingy, it looked like $50 for jerky, not including tax and shipping. Scott checking in from Oregon. Is it going to rain up there? That's no fun. What's going to play in the north in July? Depends on where you're at. What's up, Colby? We just getting started. Late start tonight. No, Bono, I like frogging with a 795. I don't typically use it when I'm doing like really tight quarters or trying to skip under trees and docks. But if I'm like bombing a frog, I like the 795. It's actually pretty sweet. Like wild rice, big duckweed mats, things like that. I definitely will use the 795. Ugh. Man, oh man, doesn't sound that fun. Thank you, Michael. We did talk about Arsenal and Powerhouse. I would like to get one quick word from another one of our partners tonight.
Are you ready to reel in your next home purchase or refinance? Supreme Lending's Dream Team can help guide you through the entire mortgage process, from pre-qualification to closing. We have a wide variety of home loan programs in our tackle box, including down payment assistance and first-time homebuyer options. You can ask HellaBass. He trusted us to help finance his home. Contact the Dream Team today by searching Supreme Lending Dream Team, or click the link below in the description, or scan the QR code on your screen.
All right, there we go. We're back. Like I said, partners supporting the stream. If you happen to be looking for a new house or a new lake cabin or anything like that, give my guy a call. See if he can hook you up with some financing. That'd be awesome. The Visor Gang. That's right. John, no plans this fall or winter at this point, but we'll see. It's most of the states. It's not all, but it's most. I asked my buddy that. So it's definitely more than Minnesota by a lot. So I'm going up early. Michael and I are driving up early Saturday. I thought about leaving yesterday, but got a lot of other fishing going on. I've been busy, so I'll stay home for one more night. So, yeah, we'll just get one day of practice. It doesn't look like that big a lake, so we should be able to figure it out. Maybe someday. I don't know. It's just hard for me to commit to that whole schedule that far in advance. But Clay said he's into the redfish now. Dun, dun, dun. Champ 736 is a bad MF for frog rod for sure. We can look at some. I do got some tackle, some stuff I've been meaning to show off. Might save this for later. This is secret. Got some stuff from Arsenal Fishing in. Might give some of it away. But so they've got their new swim jigs. Ooh, Colby said he just sent me some swim bait pictures. He's gonna send a few. Should we I did see your message come in. Oh, look at that. Here we go. There's, I don't know how well that shows up. There's Colby's. Are you going to put them on your website, Colby? Are you going to put the bass baits on your website? But so yeah, Arsenal came out with their swim jig. I've had them for a couple weeks. I used them a little bit on Clearwater in practice. Stuck some fish, stuck some dogfish, stuck quite a few fish here. Let's see. This one is, they got in 1/4 and 3/8. They got 4 colors. Where are my LED lights? How are we even streaming without the LEDs on? What? Whew. But I like their blister is like super thin. So I feel like you could actually stuff these in a deep 3600, 3700 or whatever, and keep them in the pack, which is kind of nice. And I think you can like open it up, get the jig out, and actually get it back in there, and it won't come apart. So that's kind of nice. So this is the 3/8 in they're black and blue, which has got a little purple tinsel to it, little dirty water special. Nice. This is definitely a northern style swim jig, light weed guard, fairly like a medium wire hook. And then their bait keeper, they've got the little wire. I don't know if you can see that, right? The little wire, but it's also got a double lead barb. So it's got double lead barb kind of horizontally and then a vertical wire keeper. Yes, I threw it on in practice. Actually caught quite a few bass in practice on Clearwater. I threw it a little bit during the tournament, but we never really got on a swim jig bite. We ended up fishing deeper that day. Caught several decent bass on it, and then I got one big dogfish, and I jacked that dogfish up, and the hook held up. So I think that's a pretty good test for those that have caught grinnell and reefed on the jaw of them. The hook did not bend, so I don't know. Still early, but so far pleasantly surprised with the Arsenal. And Dan is a big swim jig guy. It's like one of his passion projects, so I know he's been working on this for a long time. So they have a white. This is basically a white with a little bit of flash in it, and then kind of a crawdad bluegill color, and then more of a green pumpkin, kind of green pumpkin brown. Take this one out. North Carolina checking in. Shop Life over here editing. Mark LaFont's editing videos and watching HellaBass talk baits. Yeah, good Thursday night. It's fun to mix it up because I know not everybody can make Wednesday night. So this is like the green pumpkin. It's got a little bit of watermelon, a little bit of green pumpkin, and then a little bit of green flash. Pretty good looking bluegill color. So, and I feel like the heads are pretty small because there's a lot of lead in the bait keeper, so it kind of keeps the weight a little more compact. TK has the link. We'll see if he's probably putting the kids to bed, getting some things done. I told him there was no rush. He could join in whenever. Yeah, it's a nice light wheat guard. Yeah, I think you'll like them for sure. I didn't grab. You know what? Oh yeah, so we do have the. So speaking of, was it chartreuse LED? Ah, yes. So those are the swim jigs. I grabbed some extras, so I'm probably going to give out some of these. So I'll probably get out a set of 4 to somebody tonight of the Arsenal swim jigs. So stay tuned. We'll get to that later. They also make their tungsten deadly Nedleys with chartreuse. They got chartreuse, green pumpkin, black, but I'm going to use a neutral color. Banger. I'm busy. I'll use the Bass Tech ones, but they make these in a chartreuse with a nice 2/0 hook. I think it's pretty much a very similar hook that I use in the Bass Tech Neds. Get that out of the foam. But yeah, the chartreuse is a sneaky thing in the north. So you see, it's got a pretty good size 2/0. You don't want a super heavy hook, but this one is a lot stronger than some of those like really light wire Neds. I definitely like the chartreuse on my jig worm. Something about that bluegill connection in chartreuse. It's a deal. Yeah, so there it is next to the Bass Tech. Very similar hook, just the Bass Tech. They're both tungsten. Both 2-aught. The Bass Tech's got the weed guard in it. So, but I know these are big sellers. I like swim and chatter, Scott. Depends on the conditions. If it's windier, cloudier, choppier, chatter or dirtier. If it's clean, calm, slick, the swim jig. Self-professed swim jig nut, Daniel T. Yeah, I was a little surprised. It only took what? I was looking at it. Joel Willert won with 48 pounds. Former guest of the show, maybe twice. Did we have once or twice? Joel's been on. A couple other people in the mid 40s. I'm not sure where the check line was. I know 13th got a check. That was only 32 pounds for 15 fish. Joel had 22 fish for 48 pounds. I mean, there was a couple guys at the bottom, and there was 63 boats. Chase Hull, the guy that won the Minnesota Bass Heads tournament, only had one bass today for 1.5 pounds. That's the guy that had 5 for 28 in a tournament that I fished. There was, 1, 2, 3, 4. People are calling me back like crazy. 5, 6. There was 6 people that didn't have a 5 bass limit. A lot of guys only had 5 or 6. Crazy. So I called a few people to get the scoop, and now they're calling me back now that I'm on stream. Should we talk to Sam Sobey live on? You're live on stream. Go ahead, caller.
HellaBass, what's cracking?
Yeah. So you're live. Tell us about Champs Tour.
Oh my goodness, this is so on the spot. It was crazy intense, crazy intense. And it's a lot more. It's just a lot more intense and more exciting and fun than I really thought it'd ever be. The format is just, it's really addicting. And I'm sure had I did like really bad, I would be like, oh, I don't like the format. But no, I like it. Like, it really puts you through an absolute ringer of mind games and tests your mental strength as an angler tenfold, 100%.
Yeah. So this is Sam Sobey on the line. So what was the last place to get a check? What was the check cut?
I think the check cut was 19th place.
Oh, so you got a little money today.
Yeah, we got a little money.
And so how did you catch them?
Oh, I was doing, this is crazy. I was doing the same exact thing as the champion, Willard.
Always
That
cutting.
gets greasy, just skipping craw tubes deep under overhangs and deep under trees. That was the most consistent way to get bites in. Decent bites too. That's what we found.
All right. So you finished what, 14th, 15th?
Yeah, 14th.
And you had like what was your weight?
Oh, I don't
Like
even
20
remember.
something, 30 something? I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's a mental mind game that was so crazy. So the first hour of the tournament, and for any of you listening that you don't know, this is not a 5-fish derby.
Every
This
fish
is
counts.
Every fish counts.
29.14 for 14th place. 12 fish, 29 pounds, 14 ounces, an average of 2.5 pounds basically per fish. Your big fish was 3 pounds, 15 ounces.
Yeah. But here's the mind game part of like the beginning of the tournament for me. It was like an hour and a half into it. I had 2 bass, each of them both weighed 1 pound, and I was in like 52nd place. And I was like, okay, I got to run to the juice. I got this big stretch, all these overhangs, and I ran like 15 miles down the lake or whatever, really, really far. And I pull up to the spot, and Joel Willard is sitting on that stretch.
Just laying the wood
Mark
to
and the
him.
whole camera boat.
Just peeling on him.
Just peeling on him. And I obviously know because of the app that he's in first place. And I'm like, no, I should have went here first.
You always go to the juice first, Sam.
Yeah, I wanted the sun to get higher, beat on those trees. I had it all in my head, like I'm just gonna let them bake a little bit, and those trees will be fired up full of bass. And I just,
And they were already there,
overall,
choking on Willard's T-rig.
Have you gave any details yet in the podcast about the tournament from earlier this week?
I have not, other than I alluded that I did fish a tournament last night.
Oh.
So did you get
okay.
the SD cards from Bart?
I did. Yes.
Okay.
The footage is signed, sealed, delivered, and secured.
Well, should we just say that I fished an official Tuesday nighter, Tourney Tuesday last night. We can say that with Steph the Great. We'll disclose that. Bigs were caught. How about we'll just leave it at that for now.
On a brand new rig.
On a
never thrown
a
before.
secret technique.
Yes. That's all we're giving them. The rest is incognito till now.
So when do you think you're going to be able to spit? So what's coming out first, Tourney Tuesday or Champs Tour video?
I think Tourney Tuesday. I got to do Tourney Tuesday. I'm most loyal to the Tourney Tuesday videos and the followers and that whole series. So that's coming out first.
So you're going to do like a special weekend drop or what?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you need to get this out, and then you could probably drop Champs Tour on Tuesday, and then you'll have to get the next Tourney Tuesday done by about Thursday. So, so you'll be dropping Tourney Tuesday while I'm out fishing a different derb this weekend, recording my own video.
Is it Winnebago this weekend you have?
No, I'm not. I didn't make that one, unfortunately. I'm fishing Pelican Lake by Ashby. It looks greasy. It looks like the kind of lakes down by your house, but it's up north.
What's the over/under on weight? What does it take to cut a check, and what does it take to win?
So I looked. There's not a lot of data on this lake. I did see the Edak Bass Club fish there last June, and there was a couple 19-pound bags to win, but it was pretty consistent. Like, probably 17 to cash a check, but it looked like everybody pretty much started with 13 pounds in their bag.
Dang. So you're thinking if you can hit like 15p.
Well, we're going for 20p is the goal for sure.
Okay.
We ain't messing around.
That's more than the locals, though. The locals know.
Yeah, I don't know.
20p or bust. I like it.
I mean, 18 to 20 for sure.
Okay, now it's 18 to 20. Before it was 20. After practice day one, all right, like 15,
one day of practice. I'm driving up early Saturday. We're gonna get 8, 9, 10 hours on the lake, and then rolling into the Derby. Fresh perspective, fresh look at the lake.
What are you gonna key in on right away? Do you think?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna spend the whole practice searching offshore, and then if we don't find what we need, then I'll just do what I do and just roll down the bank and figure it out during the tournament.
That's true. That's a good plan.
I'll channel my inner John Cox if practice doesn't go well.
I like that. What about like bluegill bed action? Stuff like
Maybe.
that. Like
I'll have a prop bait in the rod locker if we come across it.
Are you gonna bring out the new secret rig that you've been playing with?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we'll have the clarity here or not. That'll be interesting.
Why do you need the clarity going? Why does it need to be fished on that bait? Why can't
I don't. So the only reason I went with that because we were fishing a very pressured fishery on Tuesday night, and I don't think these fish are that picky up there.
That's true.
I think I could just throw a half-ounce jig in their face and let them choke it to the crushers and just flip them in the boat.
That sounds good to me.
So, why do you think Big Stone was so grimy?
I think it was just that special time of year in June that all shallow, greasy lakes go through. It's just so much pondweed, so much moss, so much scuzz. It was hard to work. It was hard to work any bait. Even a frog would get moss on it, mossed up. It was just really hard to fish like a bait. There was super talented anglers that weighed in one bass
Yeah.
And
I was just telling him the
super
guy that
talented
won
angler.
the Bass Heads tournament and had 28 pounds by himself had 1.5 pounds for today.
Yep, isn't that incredible? Like that's how greasy and grimy it was, and that's just
So obviously
the pondweed and this scuzz.
you wanted to win, but you got to be pretty stoked to cash a little check in your first classic bass event.
I was super stoked. I was stoked I didn't get spun out and I didn't lose my head, and I ran around the lake, but I fished fast but slow at the same time. And honestly, I think I didn't spin out because I had a super awesome Marshall. He's a young high school angler, and it's someone else there that kind of helps. You know, you just stay more positive, I think, and you don't. It's easy to like, I'm sucking. I suck. I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I even here? I don't know what I'm doing. Should I run there? Should I do that? I'm fishing slow. Next thing you know, the boat's way in front of where I'm casting. It's like, no, you're not even fishing right, dude. And then, you kind of snap out of that and you go back to, all right, let's settle in and let's catch a dang bass.
So Michael Bradley here on the YouTube stream wants to know if you broke out the banana shirt, or is that only a Tuesday night thing?
No, the banana shirt was worn during the pre-tournament meeting. It was worn all day during the derb, the first half, lunchtime, and second half. It was everybody had jerseys on, and then I had the banana shirt on. It was wonderful. It brought some luck, I think.
Oh, man. People are really want to know what I was fishing in the chat here.
Oh, you're gonna have to save that for.
So Sam's going to put up a video, hopefully this weekend. Once he does, I'll post it to my community wall and share it out so that everybody can check it out. Because I recorded it and I handed off the SD cards. So it's out of my control.
The SD cards, they're sitting right here, center front of the dash. And that's where it all goes down. And I think this rig is going to play games on pressured fisheries all over the metro in the next couple of years. People are going to do it with a variety of baits, and it's going to really change.
We better not tell Willard about it.
No, I'm not telling Willard another thing.
Although I don't delete all the footage because I want some of those fish catches, then I'll do a standalone video on the technique.
Yeah, I won't delete anything.
But you can do I just need those two big catches for the video. But
one thing is also with these SD cards, Bart gave me his SD card. Do you think there's some magic on his SD card?
I mean, magical 12 inches maybe.
When he gave me the SD cards and he said, "Here's Rich's," and mine's in there too, I just was like, "Is there 5 pounds worth of bass in this?"
Let's put it this way: we tripled up Bart and Pink.
You guys were breaking hearts. You dang broke their heart.
It was a good time.
Cool. Well, I'll let you get back to the standard program, the stream. I didn't mean to cut in here. I was just calling to talk bass, and I forgot you're live right now.
I was just trying to get a sneak report before. Actually, I'm heading to Big Stone end of next week, so hopefully it snaps out of its funk, and I'll be posting on Instagram. Well, man, I don't know what's wrong with the Champs Tour. They're on fire right now. Those guys on the Champs Tour suck.
Dude, I think you could do that. I think in the next couple weeks it's just going to get better and better and better. And I don't think there's any tournaments heading out there. I was talking to the bait store guy, and he said there's not going to be really too many tournaments till a little bit later in the summer out here. So they should be unpressured with their mouths open and just chewing.
Do you feel like the pondweed had peaked and it's starting to recede, or was it still coming? You're a pondweed expert.
I think it was full force, and I think it can only be. I think it can only be less from here on out. So I think it's going to get better. And I think, just from what I heard, guys were getting some bites on the frog and doing some stuff on a plopper, but it wasn't hot and heavy. So I think when you go out there, things are going to get hot and heavy. I think it's just a little early yet. Yeah,
well, when we're the only boat out there and there's not 65 boats out there, they're probably going to beat the frog and the chatterbait a little better.
Oh, they're going to eat it. I got to send you some stretches that you got to hit.
Well, we're going to be there all weekend. We'll pound them all.
Yeah, heck yeah.
All right.
Here's a question for you about Big Stone. Have you ever gone on the south side where Big Big Stone Lake turns into the Minnesota River. Have you ever gone under that bridge?
No. You?
No, but it looks like greasy frog territory. It looks so good. I think you should do it.
We will see.
That was off limits for us, so I didn't even want to
Really?
scratch.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, safe travels, my friend. Get home and start editing.
Absolutely. Have a good rest of the stream. Thanks, Rich.
All right. Later, Sam.
Bye-bye.
Little unscheduled. So that was Sam Sobey, buddy of mine. Subbed in from him in his tournament because he was out there, and now we got the report on what's going on. Let's see here. I starred some things. What trailer do I use on my swim jig? I like Menace Grub quite a bit, and then a Little Dipper are probably my main two day in and day out swim jig trailers. There's some others that I use. Clay, I'm pretty sure they make a 10th ounce. Take a look since you asked, Clay. Mark says, don't give it away. They are the juice. Bum, bum, bum. Maybe their guest fell asleep. It could have happened. All right. Deadly Nedleys. Looks like you can pick 3 colored heads. You have a choice of 10th, 8th, and 6th. And then you can go with 1 or 2-aught hook. You're just in time, TK. We're talking Neds, your favorite subject. Should I wait until you were done picking your teeth?
Yes, I didn't think you were going to blast me so soon.
I didn't realize you were cleaning your teeth until I put you on the screen.
Yeah, I thought I was on deck.
You were. We don't mess around.
Mm-mm.
Go to Ned Rig Rod. I like a 2-power, like a 702 Dobbins, 712, anything like that. I did not grab any Dream. I heard the Dream Pops went fast today. Can you confirm that, TK?
Yeah, I don't know times. Like, I don't keep up with that. But even my website, I usually get notifications when I get something sells. Nothing happened for like an hour. And then like
I just all came at once, like
yeah, I just got blasted all of a sudden. My light went out. But I don't know what happened.
Clay, I did try the Yamatanuki. I did not catch any fish on it. All right.
Plug it into their outlet.
Let's see here. A couple things. Bass Assassin says you look like Shane from The Walking Dead.
I have heard that. Somebody
Ryan says 9 seconds is what he feels like how long they lasted.
Somebody said 10. Brendan said a minute. I mean, I don't know.
Chase says, what's your plan for Big Stone? Well, maybe we'll talk about that.
Yeah, I got to give me some.
So one last thing I wanted to show off from Arsenal before we get completely distracted here is they've come out with a new bait wrap, which I like bait wraps because it keeps baits like this from rubbing other baits in my rod locker and hooking into my reels and hooking into all the other things in my rod lock. But these style, the fatal flaw always is like the hooks will eventually catch in this Velcro, in the stitching, right? The nice thing about the way they designed this Arsenal wrap is it wraps around your lure and the Velcro goes on the outside.
Ooh.
We said, but
So I haven't got to use them a ton. I just got them, but I'm kind of excited because that is typically the downfall of your traditional, love my mom made all these for me, but the hooks do get caught in the Velcro and the stitching. It doesn't matter whose it is. If the Velcro is on the inside, it will catch the hooks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm optimistic that this bait wrap will be the new deal.
That's what's so weird about neoprene. Like, there's a few the Rod Warrior USA. Pete is his name. He makes a bait wrap that's out of neoprene.
Okay.
And you would think neoprene would hang hooks like crazy.
Mm.
But for whatever reason, because I've got the rod sleeves that are made out of it, and you would have to like try to bury it in there to get a hook to go through neoprene. It's pretty wild. But
Somebody said, how much are they? Let's see, it looks like they have two sizes. Looks like they're $9 each. They come in clear if you're transparent like me, or black if you're secretive like TK.
Yes.
So you got options.
I go double secret and cut the bait off and then put the wrap over just the line tied.
Or would be even better is to cut the bait off, put a different bait on it, and then put it in a clear wrap.
There you go. There you go. I'm trying to think if I've ever done the decoy move. Not that I can.
How do you find out when TK is selling stuff? TK has created this racket where you have to be a member of a Patreon just to get a clue of a notification, and then even they still sell out in 13 seconds, even if you're on the.
Yeah, I mean, I would call
At least for the, I would say that's for the big M carved customs.
Correct.
When he drops like, 1.5s and plastic baits, you typically can get 10, 15 minutes before they sell out.
Yeah, I mean,
Sometimes a couple hours, depending on what they are.
Yeah, like I've painted some DD22s. They've been up for 2 months. Nobody wants those things.
Yeah. They make two sizes. One that's got 2 Velcros and one that's one. The one that has 2 fits a Chad shad, so that's good.
Imagine that. That was smart.
All right. So the reason TK is on is because TK has booked himself some flights to come to. You've never been to Minnesota, have you?
No, I've never been anywhere like.
What's the furthest north you've been? Let's just start there.
Maine.
Yeah, Maine, but that doesn't count.
But
Really.
that's pretty close. Maine and Minnesota are actually pretty parallel. So,
yeah, we went to Maine in October. But before that, it was probably Kentucky.
nice.
Man, I bought my boat in Kentucky, and I drove up there, picked up my boat, and drove back to Kentucky Lake and fished.
Yeah, but you fished Kentucky like a handful of times. Like fishing wise, like where you've actually you fished in Maine for like 23 minutes on a paddle boat.
Yeah,
but like actual fishing, Kentucky is basically as far north as you've been. Kentucky Lake.
Yeah, I've pond fished in Kansas, but I mean that was in December, so half the ponds were frozen over. But yeah, no, I've never been anywhere like destination fishing.
I think you were saying today that like this would be like your first fishing trip that wasn't a tournament.
Yeah, like that's the only time I've ever traveled to go fish was to fish a tournament, and that was still Tennessee, Kentucky, North Alabama. Like it didn't get far out of like the region,
right?
And then I moved to Texas and I fished around Austin, but I didn't go anywhere.
Have you looked at the 10-day forecast yet?
No, I haven't.
So let's start with what we should be wearing.
Yeah, I have to go get Amy to print me a hoodie since I don't own one.
I have one that says "suck less" on it. You can wear.
Oh, that would be nice. I'm trying to think what.
So you arrive Thursday afternoon. It's going to be 77 and partly cloudy.
Wow, that's our low.
So let's blow this up here a little bit. So you'll arrive. Here's your window, basically, right? Here's our fishing days. It's going to slowly warm up. But basically, every morning you wake up, it'll be 50 degrees, and we'll flirt with 80s.
Wow.
With a 12 to 50% chance of rain and 5 to 10 mile an hour winds, which means 10 to 20.
Does it always
winds? That's good, right? Fish from the east, or wind from the east, fish bite like beasts.
Oh, I always heard bite the least.
Oh, these are northern fish. Come on.
Like a beast. That's good. Does the wind always blow out of the north for 10 days in a row, or is that odd?
No, our wind's always out of the north, unless it's like a big heat wave. Then I'll maybe come from the southwest. But
interesting. Yeah, we don't ever get north winds.
So you might want to pack a light rain gear.
I typically wear it on the plane, so I don't have to pack it up.
Interesting.
I'll show up looking like I'm ready for a perfect storm.
With his boots and all.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hell, that's going to be nice just to experience the weather.
so basically, so we're gonna fish probably Thursday night, all day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and a good chunk of Monday, which will basically be more than you've fished all year thus far.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. Maybe a year and a half.
Any dietary restrictions I need to know about? Do I need to pack vegetables, or are we just going to grill steaks and fillet fish and just live off the land? Or
that's what I'm hoping for. I was talking earlier today. I just want to throw off the while you're doing your thing. I'm just going to make random casts off the side of the boat and try to catch walleye. But everybody said you catch them bass fishing.
So people do catch. I know my neighbor has caught a few nice ones throwing a chatterbait.
Okay.
I have not caught a walleye on Big Stone, but maybe it's because I throw a frog so much. But they're in there. They're not super prevalent, but they're definitely in there. They have walleye tournaments there. It used to be a really great walleye lake. It's an okay walleye lake now.
Stupid bass took over.
Yeah. I tell you what it does have is like bluegills like that, which might still be on beds like when we're there. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll pack a couple of ultralights just in case we want to harvest for sustenance reasons only. There's a fair amount of white bass that can be caught.
Okay.
As I mentioned before, I've only caught one northern in probably 10 days of fishing on the lake. So
that's your lifetime amount of time on pig stones?
Probably. Maybe not even that many. I fished 3 tournaments there and probably practice. Yeah, it's probably 8 or 9 days.
That's a lot.
All different times of the year.
That helps.
So,
have you fished this time of the year? I'm guessing you have.
I fished like Father's Day weekend, which is like
last
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
So there was a tournament there today. It wasn't good.
The weights weren't good?
No.
There was only 30 18-pound bags?
It was an every fish count tournament.
Oof.
There was 65 boats. The winner had 22 bass for 48 pounds. So just under 3 pounds of fish.
How many of those were the same fish?
None of them. They're done.
No.
I mean, yeah. No, yeah. Second place was 45, 44. So like the guy that won it just caught more fish. The guy in second had 14 for 45. So he had a 3 and 1/3 average, and he had a 6 pound 7 ounce big bass. That was the big bass of the day.
Wow. So those frog orders, you think, or is that way past that?
Probably past that. Probably like bluegill raiders. I think they paid down to like 19th place, he said, which was 10 bass for 25 pounds. Very pedestrian.
I mean,
there was a guy that fished my last tournament. I fished there last fall in September.
Mm-hmm.
He weighed 5 for 28 by himself. Today he caught 1 fish for 1.5 pounds. There was about 6 or 8 guys that did not get 5 fish today. So, the good news is, if they're in a funk now, chances are, in a week they won't be in a funk.
I feel like those fish in a funk though would be like a good day here.
Yeah, but this
maybe.
So
if it's not happening, we'll just go somewhere else. We have no shortage of water up here, so
yes, that's what I hear.
I've got a plan of. I'm trying to think where I want to, because I think we can just drive partway, drop the boat in, and fish Thursday night. I've got some ideas on some smaller lakes to hit on the way out.
I'm down for whatever, dude.
Yeah, we're definitely going to break your Smalley PB while we're out there this week.
That shouldn't be hard. It's only about a pound.
What is the threshold? 2.5.
Probably a pound and a half.
So if we hit 2 pounds, we're shattering it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think I've got a sneaky little lake where it'll probably feel like you're fishing at home, but we'll be catching smallies.
That's kind of weird. It's got grass
Like
in it.
grass, wood, dirty water.
That's even more weird.
Yep. So we only need a Minnesota license.
You only need a Minnesota license. I didn't even think about that. Thanks.
So you will need to go on to the Minnesota DNR. You can do it. You can do it on your phone when we're driving on Thursday.
Forgot about Minnesota green jeans.
They wear brown up here.
Are they? They're brown jeans?
Mhm.
I wouldn't even see them coming. I'd say, who's this UPS man coming down to check our boat? Minnesota has 14,000 lakes.
I think we'll hit at least 4 of them.
It's a lot. That is a lot.
So, yeah, I envision us hitting some small lakes, some big lakes, some largy lakes, some smally lakes. I envision us mostly power fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Even the smally lakes, I think we're going to be able to power fish them.
What does power fishing for smallmouth look like?
Poppers, walking baits, crankbaits, jerk baits, swim jigs, chatter baits, spinner baits, maybe a tube on a bait caster.
Normal, like largemouth, shallow water stuff.
Yeah.
Can you like at Big Stone, the water's real clear, right? A lot of grass.
It depends. It can get a little dirty in places, but it can be it can range. The wind definitely riles it up, so it can get pretty silty pretty quick.
Do you
pretty
see
shallow,
them?
like
Do you
20-foot
see them?
maximum depth in Big Stone, even though it's 24 miles long. It's 20-foot maximum depth.
Do they don't want to get out there?
They will get out in that mid-range stuff, like 6 to 10 to 12, where there's rocks and weed edges and stuff at times. Right now, we have this thing called curly leaf pondweed that is basically takes over the lake this time of year. It's kind of a nuisance.
Curly leaf pondweed. Is it real? Is it real spindly?
Yeah, I don't know what the official name.
Do you see many fish this time of year or no? Like cruising.
I don't think we'll see a lot. I mean, I don't think we'll see a lot.
Is there docks?
There are a lot of docks on this lake.
A lot of docks.
Yeah.
That's what always has amazed me when you watch those northern tournaments, that the guys are fishing like docks that you can see the bottom and you never see the fish.
This is what it looks like here.
Wow.
It gets really thick like this.
They don't like it though.
It's weird. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But the thing is, like, when it's the whole lake from like 3 foot to 14 feet, it's hard to dissect it.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got some native grass down here that they just refuse to get in. And I don't know why. Like, you would think, that's one thing I've never understood about, like, when grass leaves a lake and then it returns and it's like some different, it's not hydrilla or milfoil, it's like a pondweed or something. When it's the only available cover, you would think it's better than mud.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like the fish are snobby about their grass. They want all the good stuff or nothing.
Drew, I've never fished Island Lake anytime other than August, so I couldn't really tell you what they're doing. I don't night fish because it's light time for 18 hours a day up here.
Really?
I don't know. It'll probably be light out when you're up here. I mean, we are in the longest like June 21st is the longest time of the year right now. So it's
the summer solstice, they call it.
What is the let's see here. On the 29th, sunrise will be 5:56, sunset will be 9:13.
9:13.
We could be on the water by 5 and probably stay out till almost 10 and have daylight.
That's pretty awesome.
Might have to pack a lunch.
Yeah. I might be eating walleye raw off the boat, just sushi style.
Are you gonna bring some limes? Just
yeah, little squirt. We're good. Don't take me back, Hella. Just keep ripping. Keep flipping. Hell, I've got to the point in my fishing career now where I just get excited about casting. You know, you don't fish enough when you just want to go cast. But
I'm once we get on them, I'm just gonna go to the back of the boat and just throw you up in the front of the Slamus and just let you just have some fun.
Probably won't even remember how to run a trolling motor anymore. I did, believe it or not, I had to rewire my Fortrex, and I put it in the water to test it, and I went out there and I was pushing the foot pedal, and I was like, "Is this backwards?" I could not remember which way it was supposed to go, and I'm like, "Dude, you are pathetic. What's happened to you?" And I went back and I got in my dad's boat, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm seeing which way your trolling motor goes." And still, I don't know if it's right or wrong. But
we're gonna retrain your muscle memory this.
I know. I didn't think I'd ever lose it, and then I lost it, and I'm like, dude, you are an embarrassment. You are an embarrassment.
We're gonna see some wildlife. You're gonna see a new part of the country.
You have loons.
We will definitely see some loons, I would imagine.
Exciting.
That is exciting.
Out where we're going, you'll probably see pheasant. You'll see deer. You'll see fox.
Sounds like we need to drive 25 miles an hour to get there. So these
bald eagles. Have I seen bald eagles out there? A lot of bald eagles in the river, but we're not going to the river. So yeah, definitely. You're going to want to pair at least one pair of wind pants to wear over your jorts in the morning.
Okay.
You're going to want a hoodie for the mornings. I got sunscreen. I've got life jackets. I got all that stuff. I got basically Mark's Art doors inside of the Camus. So as far as what you want, it's what you want to bring, not what you need to bring. I've got everything we need. It's just whatever you want to play with.
I was advised about bug spray. They said there might be some sort of gnat hatch or something.
Yeah. I'll probably have I don't know. It's not been that bad for bugs this year. If the bugs are too bad, I usually just throw the boat down and drive to a different part of the lake and try to get away from them.
I mean, I would think with a 10, 15 mile an hour wind, the bugs would have a hard time swarming you. But
the black flies are probably a bigger concern.
They bite.
Yeah.
Is that like a horsefly?
Yeah. Yeah. Brian, do you want to tell us how tough it was on Big Stone today? Yeah, the mosquitoes at your house are brutal.
Should come down here, Hella.
Oh, we'll find out. Maybe you'll be like, you might be like, hey, what? Wait, mosquitoes aren't so bad here. You might be impressed. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what it's like out there. It kind of depends. By my house, they're not bad. It's been so dry. There's just no place. But I was out at this guy's house an hour west of me, walking my dog in the morning, and they were literally landing on him, just sucking him dry as we were walking. Just
times are tough up there.
Yeah, it's not super swampy around there, so it might not be too bad. AJ, when do you drive? Do you drive out this Saturday? When are you heading to?
AJ is the one that's going on the world tour.
Yeah, he's going all the way to the east side of Wisconsin, and he's going to drive all the way to South Dakota just to hang out for us for 9 hours.
Is he going to bring? Is he going to load up with spotted cow? Or does he not?
Would you like AJ to bring you some spotted cow? Like a sixer just to try it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get them at every Quick Trip. There you go, AJ. When you're driving through Wisconsin, when you get gas at Quick Trip, grab a sixer of spotted cow. I will provide the Michelob Golden Light, which is the unofficial beer of Minnesota. It's like our Coors Light, like our Bud Light or a Budweiser,
the Busch of Ohio.
Yeah, it's like Busch Light of Minnesota. Goldies. We'll have a case of Goldies. Oh, let's see what else. So I'm going to throw some steaks and some, I don't know, burgers and brats in the cooler for sure. There is like stores in Ortonville, so if we want to like, get a potato or something to put with it, we can. I don't know.
How long a drive is it to the boat ramp?
From the airport?
No, from the house.
From our cottage, 12 minutes.
12 minutes. That's not bad. Not bad.
It's about, I want to say, let's see here. I want to say it's like 3 hours from the airport. It's 3 hours and 25 minutes from my house. It is 3 hours and 11 minutes. So we'll probably stop short. So it's about 3 hours to the house from the airport.
Not bad.
It's see, for me, that's a long ways because that means we drove by at least 800 lakes.
Like for me to drive 3 hours to a lake, that would probably land me at the lower part of the Coosa.
Like Logan Martin?
No, it wouldn't get me to Logan Martin. It would get me to like
Lay?
Mitchell and Lay. It'd take me a little bit longer to get to Logan. Or I could drive the other way and I could get to like the Tombigbee River and the Warrior River, which is really good. But you don't drive past a ton of great stuff to get there. You drive past Jordan. Jordan's good.
So today, the guy that won it and the guys that did well sounds like they were pitching like beavers, tube craws on the bank under trees, shallow water. That's what produced best today. Like throwing it into 6 inches of water and just creeping it out.
Do you pitch on straight fluoro or braid to leader?
Typically fluoro. I got some big game we can spool up if you're uncomfortable with that. Like we can.
Yeah, the bites might be too aggressive and bone jarring on fluoro. Might need a little squish.
Yeah. So you'll be fishing with all Dobbins and Shimano and Daiwa reels.
Wonderful.
And we confirmed you reel with your right hand?
I do. I'm a right-handed.
Okay, well that's good. That's going to make things easier.
Mm-hmm.
Fluoro. I'll bring a couple multi-species rods if we're looking for dinner. We're staying at a place with a kitchen.
That'll be good.
And the place said it provides all the like towels and linens and basic cooking essentials.
Okay.
I should probably throw some. I'll bring some shore lunch. Maybe I'll grab some oil. I'll bring some aluminum foil in case we want to eat healthy and like grill it instead of fry it.
Serious?
Or maybe we'd put the potatoes in the foil. I don't know.
Wait, we get to go walleye fishing? AJ just got excited.
No, I mean, like, I'm thinking more like bluegills, perch, white bass. What's up, Justin Cook? A little bit of both. Was this a...
This is a date.
It's going to be awkward when the tricycle shows up and AJ, the third wheel, comes.
That's right. We're going to... Are AJ and I both going to share the back of the boat?
I'll put you guys up front, and I'm just going to kick back.
I'll
bring the Bill Dance chair for the back, and just.
I can already see it. I'm going to be the guy in the middle, standing in the bottom of the boat.
The deck is spacious. There's plenty of room for two guys on the front. It's padded up there, all padded.
Now, do you fish team trails?
I'm fishing a team tournament on Sunday.
Do you fish? Do you and your partner both fish on the front?
Michael does not like to come up. I have to like drag him up there when it's appropriate. But
yeah, I was never a fan of that.
We could probably find some northern Grinnell, and then you could compare like northern Grinnell versus southern Grinnell.
I'll bring my red crankbaits.
I can't promise it, but I mean, we are heading out west to the South Dakota border. We're definitely fishing Big Stone. We might go up to Traverse. So like Big Stone And the next reservoir up is Traverse, and supposedly Traverse is like 99% smallmouth, but Big Stone is like 99% largemouth. Never been to Traverse, but I heard it's just chock full. Not big ones, but just chock full of like 2 pound, 3 pound smallies.
Is most of the tournaments that are held on these lakes, are they from out of town people?
Yeah. There's not a big population of local bass fishermen out. I mean, there's a few, but not. There's like a lot of like tournaments are like the South, like people coming from all over South Dakota to go there. They're coming from Nebraska. They're coming from Iowa. They're coming from the cities. We have burbot, but not where we're going. You'd have to go more northern Minnesota.
What is that?
I also have no idea.
Dude, I hope not. I've never been hooked. Knock on wood.
I've never hooked anybody.
The closest I've come was I was throwing a crankbait, and my buddy Wayne was with me in like early college. And he walked up on the front of the boat, and I whipped a cast over my shoulder. And when the bait came by him, the hook
like sliced him, like a
sliced him. Yeah. And it left like this like hairline cut down his face. And he was like, ow. And I was like, what? He was like, dude, you almost hooked me.
That must have been back when you used sharp hooks.
I guess. I don't know. I think they were old crusty ones, but that's probably why they didn't dig in, because they didn't have points on them.
I haven't showed anybody the hook that's in this box yet.
Well, you probably shouldn't.
Probably shouldn't. We'll see. Let's see if we only at 90. I thought we were over 100 for a minute
Till I came on.
Man, it says we're only at 77 on YouTube. We definitely have to. If we get to 100 viewers tonight, I'll show you what's in this box.
Show the hook. I forgot you had that. That's what I'll slay with.
Bob says he's hooked his. I hooked my dog once. I've hooked myself once, only once past the barb. This doesn't count if it's not past the barb, right? Like if it's just like the point, like that's not. I've been hooked. Is it at least twice? Once was my dad. Once was my uncle. My dad put a half-ounce spinnerbait right in the back of my head. This is when I used to wear hats, so it went through the hat into my head. I had to cut. Maybe that's where it started. We had to cut a hole in that hat. You're like, oh, making a lot of sense now. But when that thing hit me in the back of the head, that dropped me to the knees, like just like buckled me, like to the like when somebody whips back and like comes full with a half. I mean, it's. We had to get that one at the hospital cut out.
Ooh,
the other one, I was actually younger. I was in my uncle's Aluminacraft, like 16-footer, when he was like turned on a point, and he went to go like this, and I was like right, just put a spook right here. It was like 15 minutes into my first tournament ever with the bass club, so we just pushed it through, cut it off, and put a Band-Aid on it, and I was like 14, fished the rest of the day.
I'm trying to think. The only incident I had with hooks was that bait I had, and it had a fingerprint on it, and I had like put new hooks on it, like new sharp hooks, and Gamakatsu Magic Eye round bends, and they were number 6s, and I put them on the bait, and I was looking at the bait, putting it in the box, and there was like a fingerprint that had like gotten glued to the bait, and I was like, oh, I got to get this off. So I took my little hand sander and I stuck it to the bill to buff the fingerprint off, and the foam pad caught the bottom hooks and slung them into my palm, and it kept spinning with the bait in my palm. And luckily what it did was, when it was spinning at however many RPMs, it made these gigantic holes where the hooks went in. So when I finally got the thing, I had to grab it with this hand to get it to stop. And I stopped it and turned the button off. And I was looking, and there was just like mangled hooks all in my palm. But I was just able to like pull them all out with pliers, and because it sat there and shook long enough.
Please no hooks.
Yeah, I don't want hooks in me.
So did you save a popper for yourself?
I have a couple, yeah.
Are you going to bring some up to fish?
I am.
Okay. So like I definitely envision like flipping will produce fish on Big Stone, chatterbaits, swim jigs, buzz baits, and frogs. Like that would be our core. That's going to be our wheelhouse, I think.
All right. Is there any regional stuff that's like, I know I'm going to bring a Snaggle Sally just for sport, but
Sure.
Is there any weird regional stuff that like, if I showed up and everybody's like, oh, you don't have this? That's like all people throw up here.
Craw tubes would be one. People do love their craw tubes out here, but I do have craw tubes. So
Will you swim a worm, a jig worm?
we don't typically swim worms, although I've always thought that swimming a worm would be good.
Well, I can do
We don't
that.
typically swim jig worms. We drag them, but this I don't really feel like is a jig worm lake. But
I'll bring some swim worms then.
Yeah.
It's
blown out with, yeah, of course, I've been there. Brian, can you tell us what not to do based on today? What would you suggest we don't do based on your experience today? So what are you going to do about tea?
Maybe make it.
So we will have a kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to make your own tea in the kitchen.
As long as there's a pot.
I would assume they have a pot. So you're going to pack some packets and buy some sugar and.
Yeah, if you get a giant box at your house full of tea bags, that's where they're from. Just throw these in the rod locker.
Otherwise, there might be a Cane's on the way out of town. Do they sell bulk tea at Cane's?
They do sell it by the jug, yes.
There is, I think, a Cane's on Highway 5 that we could potentially make on the way.
That's a good option.
Otherwise, your next best options is probably like Arizona tea in a jug.
All right. Gross.
I'm just saying, like that's that.
I gotta come prepared then.
I will provide you with all the Diet Mountain Dew you want to drink or don't want to drink.
That's your go-to?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else.
Let's see here. Tennessee Bassmaster's been hooked 6. Isn't he only like 15 years old?
Yeah, how's that possible?
That's amazing. Critical Gravy says, "What bourbon should Hella supply?"
No bourbon necessary.
We're gonna be too busy fishing to be drinking bourbon.
Yeah, I'm not a sipper. It's got to be really cold. It's too hot down here.
Ryan says, "Don't fish fast and not many out deep yet." Well, that's good because I don't want to fish deep. Lot shallow. They're gonna wake up. You're gonna think like, man, those guys were idiots. How come they couldn't catch them? Because they're just gonna wake up and start chewing,
hammering them. Never been hooked past the barb. Wow. Yeah, but I always feel like I've been extra careful with hooks. Got hooked watching one of Brendan's lives.
He got lulled by the sweet, sultry sounds of Brendan's deep voice and just hooked himself.
Just take this.
So will you be bringing some of your secret swim jigs and spinnerbaits?
I mean, I'll have them, but it's I feel like they're not going to be as secretive if I can't do my secret wiggle.
So that's the swim jig. You feel like if you can't shake your swim jig, it won't work?
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to know what to do.
What about the spinnerbait? That should work.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, I would think.
I mean, you said you've been hankering for a spinnerbait bite.
I got on one.
You should be able to catch fish on a spinnerbait up here.
I would think if there's a bunch shallow, then the wind's blowing and there's scattered grass.
Might be good on the Smalley lakes too.
Yeah. Have to stuff some chartreuse blades in some. Like I said, it's going to be weird because it's like now that I start thinking about it, it's like, man, I don't like a picking tackle for smallmouth. That's foreign.
I mean, I'll have some tubes. That's all you need.
You know, I've only caught like 2 fish on a drop shot in my life.
I haven't caught very many. I mean, smallmouth. If you exclude smallmouth, it's not a huge number for me. I definitely have caught largemouth.
But as much like as long and as much as people have like beaten like how effective a drop shot is, like I still don't like pick up a drop shot and be like, I'm gonna get bit on this.
Might want to bring some skinny dippers.
I've got lots of those. Tell you,
Are
my
you
bag's gonna be like,
gonna bring any of your secret prowler tubes?
probably not.
Whoa!
I don't have
Get 2 free bags.
I don't have
right
enough.
there.
Don't have you can't be feeding them to aggressive northern fish and just burning through them.
Did you hear me today?
Because they'll eat other ones.
Hmm.
They're not.
You get 2 free bags over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I do have some odd colored prowlers that I could bring.
You should bring the ones you're like, man, this is for Clearwater. I never saw these down here.
I've got some smoke colored ones and like bluegill colored ones, and like, you know, that's like the blue and gold flake. I'm trying to think. My whole idea behind those was just, I liked Prowler's tube, and then when they went out of business or sold or whatever, quit making baits, I just bought every color with the intention of dyeing them.
Hmm.
But I haven't gotten to that point yet. So maybe I'll dye some for the.
Dustin thinks that the Snack Daddy tube is a replacement.
I mean, if they're available, I would certainly be interested. Are they? How many times are they dipped?
I don't know. Do you need triple dipped, double dipped, what's your
Triple.
triple dipped?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What other questions? You guys must have some questions.
Me? I'm trying to think. I think we've covered. Are you a snorer? Do I need to bring earphones?
I believe my wife says I do snore, but we do have separate bedrooms, so I don't know how soundproof the walls are.
Well, I mean, if you've ever heard
Y'all are
my
bunking together?
father and his friends snore, you could hear them through a bank safe.
I mean, you probably want them for the plane anyways, so
Maybe.
you want to sleep on Tuesday morning so you can be fresh and spry for your wonderful wife when you get home and your family when they're excited to see you.
Oh yeah, they're going to be up at the River House celebrating the 4th of July without me. I haven't even been up there this year. I haven't been up there in 2 years.
We haven't been out there in 2 years.
You have any big soft baits rigged up?
Like, I don't know. I don't have any 12-aught hooks for them.
Have you thrown that?
I would frown upon you bringing 12-aught beast hooks on the plane.
Yeah, I don't know what the limit is for hook size to where it's like potentially a weapon.
I've never had problems bringing like treble hooked baits or hooks on a plane, but I've also always avoided bringing anything that I couldn't stand to lose on a plane, just in case somebody was like a Nazi about it.
Yeah, that's what like I've flown to fish the snag proof tournament at Gunnersville from Texas, and I packed like 15 frogs, and nothing was ever said about those. And I've flown a couple other times with some baits, but I typically would take the hooks off and keep them separate. That way, if they had an issue with the hooks, I wouldn't have to like give the bait away.
But I mean, it would suck to lose some snag-proof frogs, but it's not something you can't replace, right?
Those were.
You couldn't replace those ones?
Mm-mm.
Special color?
Mm-mm.
They don't make them like that anymore?
Bobby's Perfects. I actually ordered them from Canada. The only reason,
Yeah, I wouldn't travel with a Roman maid in my carry-on. Let's put it that way.
no. Yeah,
I would limit the number of big M's I put in my.
Yeah.
Although if it was a big M, I'd be like, I'd just take a pliers and just start cutting hooks off them. Be like,
Yeah.
you can have the hooks, but
that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, I probably wouldn't have split ring pliers or pliers.
you get really good at taking them off with your nail.
Yeah.
Real fast. You'd turn into Cliff Pace in no time.
Yeah. I'd show up out of the airplane with bloody fingers. You'd be like, damn, dude, what happened to you?
Hey, Jay's already talking trash. Look at him.
The power of the live target. We'll see. I'll have a. I'll bring some of my oddity frogs.
I do have some of my what are they called? Evolved nervous walkers, which are very similar to the live target that I like.
How many? I'm trying to think.
This is good to know in case we go to a meat raffle while you're here.
Won a country ham down in Georgia and put it on my carry-on. TSA was really confused, but they let me keep it. Somebody else flew with some food.
Yeah, that's true. If you show them how not sharp your hooks are, they should let you go through just fine.
Yeah, be like, look, you can like break these with your fingers. It's no big deal. I'm trying to.
So have you ever been in a boat with front-facing sonar before?
Yes, but it wasn't hooked up.
Because I heard you say you wanted to live scope walleyes today.
Well, I mean, if we happen to be cruising around and we see some weird fish over there hanging out that might be a walleye, I would probably consider throwing at it.
Travis demands that we go to a Casey's, which is a gas station. There's definitely a Casey's in Ortonville, which is not a bad place to grab a breakfast sandwich. There is one of the bullet points is that there's a watering hole 2-minute walk from our house.
A watering hole.
You think they probably would have
in there?
They have pull tabs in Mississippi. You know what pull tabs are?
No.
Cardboard cocaine.
Never heard of it.
It's basically like this little paper card, and it's got like perforated strips where you pull, and it's basically like a paper slot machine where you got to get like 3 lemons in a row or 3 cherries, and then you win like.
They probably do.
It's like a scratch off, but you pull the tabs instead of scratching it off.
Yeah, I don't go to Mississippi enough to know, or Florida to know if they have that kind of stuff.
We call them pickles in Nebraska.
Does everybody have the lotto but us?
Cardboard, yeah, I call it cardboard cocaine, cardboard crack. I don't know. We'll have to go to a Quick Trip and a Casey's, and then you'll just have to, like, on a live down the road, you'll have to let people know definitively what the verdict is. Casey's or Quick Trip. It's very controversial up here.
Casey's pizza is supposedly impressive. Pull tabs are definitely a northern thing. Well, maybe I'll have to get one.
I don't know. We'll see. If the place that's a minute from the house has one, I'm sure we'll go have at least one barley pop there. See what the local scene is like.
We've got those machines you put quarters in and they fall and then the thing moves them and then you don't. But those are illegal too, but they have them in like the back of gas stations.
Where am I at on what, Justin? The Quick Trip Casey's? I will say Casey's pizza is better than Quick Trip's pizza, but for the most part, I'm a Quick Trip guy. And besides, it's Quick Trip with a K, not to be confused with Quick Trip with a Q.
Have you been to Buc-ee's?
I have not. I almost stopped north of Knoxville, but I didn't. See, Dustin says Casey's better pizza, Quick Trip better donuts. This is basically, so we're, Travis, I'm going to pick him up about 3:00 Central Time on Thursday, the 29th.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point Monday night, July 3rd, I will drop him off somewhere near the airport so that he can catch his 5 a.m. flight on the 4th.
I think I found some old lady's sunroom. He's going to let me stay on.
Nice.
On Airbnb.
Are you gonna live stream from her?
Good. They say she's very friendly. Maybe I'll have her on as a guest. How funny would that be?
I've got some ideas. Like if we got good signal, I could see.
Like she's gonna.
No.
I could see giving TK my phone and live streaming while we're driving, and he can read comments. If the fishing is real good, especially when AJ gets out there, I could see me in the back of the boat live streaming from my phone. We'll see. It might be more likely that we just hop on Instagram live sporadically. That could happen.
I'll be fishing up under AJ's armpit.
I'll probably get tired of fishing because I fished so much already this year that I'll just point the camera at.
I've had enough fishing.
Yeah. My hands haven't even healed from the Tuesday nighter that I fished this week.
When do those stop at night since it gets dark so late?
That one was 5:15 to 9 p.m.
So it's light to light. Wow. What did that take?
19.
What'd you have? 19.
Had a good bag. I had big bass. We had 3 real big ones. It was a good night. We talked about that earlier before you came on.
Oh.
So I subbed for another buddy of mine that fishes, Sam Sobey, who does the Tuesday night tournaments. He's got a channel. And I fished with his girlfriend because he was at Big Stone fishing a tournament today. So I sent her with the SD cards, and he's going to put out the video. So
nice. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to watch. Maybe we'll be able to watch it like Saturday night after we get off the lake out there.
That'd be fun.
I always thought this was a really strange name for gas stations.
Yeah, my buddy Tim out in Austin, his favorite hugger he used to drink cold snacks from was a Come and Go, and that was like he just thought it was like funny.
The marketing wizard that approved that was like, you know what we should call it?
We saw one of those in Maine.
Yeah, one in Maine.
We had to take a picture with it.
That was a liquor store though.
I thought it was a convenience store.
Something. It wasn't that chain.
Dustin says he got to get up and drive at 3 a.m. to a S-hole tourney that if you weighed 3 bass, you got top. Did you get 3 bass, Dustin? That's the question. It would be fun to find a derby out there. I don't know if that would happen or not, but it'd be kind of fun.
Just show up.
I did fish the tourney Tuesday on Pryor.
Is that lake typically good?
It's got a lot of rats in it. We caught a ton of dinks, but we caught 3 big ones. So, do I have any 3-power Dobbins? I do. I have a 703 Sierra, a 703 Fury, a 7. I feel like I have a 733 something, maybe a Sierra. I've got 2 743 Extremes. So 3 powers I like for moving baits. Some of the moving baits, like, and then like for like stupid tube, I throw on a 743. Some of my smally stuff I throw on 743. All right. Yeah, we'll get a license. We can do that on the road while we're driving out. Tennessee Bassmasters fishing a big fish tournament on Tuesday. Are you going to bring any man's -1s?
No, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I didn't pre-fish for the Tuesday nighter. I just showed up.
It's a way to do it. Do you like multi-day events? You prefer them?
I do. I feel like cream rises to the top in multi-day events, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've always felt like I always did better if I got a day 2 because it'd take me usually the whole day to like really get dialed in. and then by day 2, I felt way better.
I feel like there's a lot of guys that can't back it up. So
That's a different. That's what I always think about. Like if I had to fish professionally and fish like a 4-day event, how hard that would be. Like that's a lot of fish.
Vincent, I have fished quite a few of the Faribault lakes. I actually have done videos on quite a few of the Faribault lakes. They're not huge number lakes, but they got good ones in most of them.
Do you have any lakes you haven't been to that you're eager to try?
There's stuff. I mean, like in my area.
Yeah, just anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
Drop.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd love to fish Clear Lake. I'd like to fish the Potomac. I always thought that seemed like a cool place. I've always wanted to go to like Clark's Hill, like you know what I mean. Like if you think back to like when those tournaments, like the mid 2000 Clark's Hill Bassmaster Elites. I always thought those looked like a riot. Like I'd want to get on that bite.
Like the one Davey Height won.
Yeah. That era, right? Those yeah.
The Magic Swimmer era that was fresh.
Yeah. Top waters, big, when they first start. I mean, I guess when people first knew about pencil poppers on those lakes, things like that.
Oh yeah, that's when people actually threw Cordell pencil poppers.
Yeah. I actually bought a couple. I have some somewhere.
Yeah, that was
I think going to the Cal Delta would be cool. Clear Lake.
Sounds like you want to taste some tides.
We are coming down in October, somewhere down in Alabama or Mississippi, or Georgia. So we're going to be on the Gulf down there. So I might see if I can sneak over to the Mobile Delta for a day. If you're still talking to me after next week.
I mean,
if you could put me on a solid like 6-7 pound bag in Mobile Delta, like,
I mean, it's pushing it, but we can see what we can do.
Maybe I'll bring some stable. We can add it to your gas tank. We can put an extra 5 gallons in there. We can leave the ramp maybe.
There you go. Which might get the boat on plane. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I'm always up for like fishing new places. I mean, Champlain, definitely. St. Lawrence River, I'd want to fish. St. Clair, I want to fish there.
What's the farthest east you fished?
Clark's Hill.
Oh, wow. What about northeast?
I did spend one evening on Champlain for like 3 or 4 hours.
Would you have rather not fished it and like gotten a full day, or were you okay?
It was all right. I went with Jody White.
Yeah. Jody Blanco?
Jody Blanco. Long time ago. This was like 10 plus years ago.
Before he was Blanco?
I mean, he was working for MLF at that time, but maybe he wasn't. Maybe he hadn't started work. I don't know. Oh man, I had one on Tuesday night on a jig on a dock that would have an absolute specimen in the micro tournament, but he flipped off and fell back in the water before I could get a picture of him to send to you.
Did you hit your knees?
He was about like that. I was like, oh man, I caught him on a 3/8 ounce jig with a 4/0 hook.
Did he even have the hook, or did you just have the legs bitten?
No, I think I had the hook in them. Our northern bass, they're hungry.
Dang.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Coeur d'Alene sounds cool.
You never been smalley reaping in a Great Lake?
I've fished Lake Michigan up by the UP, and I fished Superior one time a long time ago. Not a ton. I'd like to do more. I'd like to go to Sturgeon Bay over in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm. What about what's that place down in Arizona where they have the giant shell crackers?
Oh, Havasu?
Yeah.
My dad was just there in April.
For those?
Yeah.
Did he catch them?
He's I think they got some high 2-pounders.
I2s is a friggin' beast, dude.
But you know what I mean, like, or maybe like high ones, low two. I don't know. Like, he did take one picture, but it was like a terrible picture. Like, I don't know if it's on this one here or not. No. But they're going back. They booked it, but they said it was like they were like right their place they were staying was like right next to the like London Bridge or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like a party cove. Like they were not about that.
They didn't get out there and party.
That lifestyle of people driving giant boats and all that stuff.
You see Velvet drive by.
Yeah. Let's see here. I don't know. Let's see. He sent me a picture, but it wasn't a great picture.
And that was the first time he's ever been?
Yeah. I think they were just like drop shotting with like, I don't see where it is. I think they were just drop shotting with like half a night crawler or something.
I mean, that sound too terribly hard. I would like to talk to somebody about how difficult it is for like an out of towner to show up and catch, those fish.
I think like if you got a guide for like my dad got a guide for like a day, but he was like fishing where they were about to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he was up like fishing where they were gonna spawn, but they hadn't got there yet. Because he said the big ones he did catch, he like threw out the other side of the boat as they realized, and the guy wouldn't adapt. I don't know, like. So then they kind of took their own boat out the rest of the week, and they started to catch a few. I guess you catch a lot of them, but you throw a drop shot night crawler, and you're catching a lot of like, right, just burning through worms, trying to get into the area with the bigger ones. Although I would have to think that if you got really proficient with front-facing sonar, it wouldn't be that hard, right? You'd see the dish plates down there, like, oh,
yeah,
there's
that would be pretty easy to find them. But I don't know. Like I said, I've never talked to anybody that had been there doing that. Visited appearance there.
Yeah, red ears. Yep.
That are eating zebra mussels. That's
I think
interesting.
they do eat the mussels out there. That's part of what makes them so big, I guess.
Really?
I don't know if that's true, proven.
Do y'all have zebra mussels in your neck of the woods?
What's that? Zebra mussels?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if we'll see them where we're going. We could probably find a lake that has them on the way home if you want.
Travis had them in Austin, and Lake Austin eventually got them, and then Town Lake got them. So they're making their way down.
Yeah, some of our like Lake Minnetonka, they just like attach to the stalks of the milfoil.
Really?
Yeah. So like you're flipping grass, not only you have to deal with the grass, but you have to deal with like the zebra mussels on the grass.
Oh wow. I didn't know that.
So assuming AJ comes out, we'll probably fish kind of around where we're staying in the morning. But then once we bring AJ to the ramp, then we'll probably hop into Minnesota and pick another little juice hole to try. Just kind of keep things spicy for you.
What part of the lake will we be near? South end, middle?
We're going to be on the south end of the lake.
South end.
But I do want, so like I've never really fished the north end of the lake, and I feel like it would be fun to go explore the
I like
north
that.
end of the
I like
lake.
exploration.
And if it sucks, then we'll just go up. If we spend half a day up there, which half a day of light is 8 hours, we'll load it up and then we'll drive up to the Smalley Lake, which won't be that far up the road, and we'll go there the rest of the day. So
there you go. Do you have any tournaments this year at Big Stone?
No, I have a buddy that is talking. There was maybe one that was going to be a swim bait only tournament in the fall, but other than that,
a lot of shads getting slung around.
So I don't know. It depends. I don't know if the upper end of the lake doesn't have as much. So I think the place that I'm thinking about stopping on the way out could have some crankbait opportunities. If we can find some areas of the lake on Big Stone where the pondweed has dropped, then we might be able to throw crankbaits.
Ooh.
Traverse, I would imagine maybe would be right for, but I've never been there.
Big boulders in the north end.
Hmm.
What if they're visible? Sounds like lower unit eaters. We need to stay away from those.
I do have a spare prop, so that's good.
Good.
I can definitely show you some big boulders on Big Stone for sure.
I don't like rocks.
I mean, we're not going to try to run over them, but we can fish them, catch fish off them.
That's foreign to me as well.
Hayden, it's this one right here. It's the Arsenal Fishing Deadly Nedley. And if you want, there's a link and a code on the bottom of your screen if you'd like. So I don't think I did a YouTube. Did I do a YouTube short on that? Maybe.
Say 733.
I might. I don't remember if I have that one or not.
I'm really not that picky. I'm kind of like the old.
Most of my crankbait rods do have 12 or 15 pound big game on them, so you should be set.
That's fine. The like, you remember when it kind of got trendy, when like Rick Clunn was like, I use a 7 foot medium heavy
for everything,
and like a couple people followed behind him. Like I could probably live with that.
I mean, I could do it for a lot, but I don't know if I could do it for.
Yeah, there's a few things that I couldn't, but like moving baits, I feel like I'd be fine with that.
But also, like, I feel at that time, Clunn had really narrowed himself down to basically throwing a worm, a square bill, and a spinnerbait and a buzzbait, and like, you know what I mean? Like, he was only throwing like 6 baits. So
yeah, he pitched a little bit, like you said, he cranked some RCs around through a spinnerbait. What else? I don't know that I've ever seen.
Chase said 3 weeks ago he had a good crankbait bait on Big Stone.
Was it? I wonder what's like. Have y'all had much change in the weather since then? Like, has it gotten substantially hotter, or has it been pretty?
It's been hot. It looks like we're going to see a bit of a cooling trend while you're here. It's been pretty hot lately. We've been in the 90s quite a bit lately.
Now, do fish up north react differently to cold fronts? Considering that, like, what would be happening when we're there, like a cool snap would, in the grand scheme of Minnesota, that wouldn't be an actual cold front. It would just be a slight change.
Yeah, I mean they'll get a little temperamental front to front, but it's not like Florida. No, it's not going to like shut down.
Be pissy.
I mean, if anybody's in the Big Stone area, you know, you want to meet up, we can say hi. We can meet on the lake.
Meet at the bar.
Meet at the bar. I'll be in the Camus with the big red stripe down the side. It'll be us.
It'll be us. Rayburn. Hotter, but the weeds are growing up.
Yeah. So the weeds have really popped. But this thing is like pondweed is a cold water, so like it grows and then once it gets hot, it burns off and drops.
So we're hoping for the drop.
I don't know. We'll catch them either way. I don't know. No, I'm not worried.
Nah. Give me something to cast at. North there, the west end, but they're good. But we're talking about Texas.
So what's your strategy? You're gonna wear your rain gear. You're gonna look like Joey and Friends, where he wears like every piece of of Chandler's clothing, right? And then you're just gonna put tackle in your bag, or what's the strategy?
Yeah, you're gonna think I just came from a ski trip with all my like long sleeve clothes on, and you're gonna be like, it's 80 degrees outside. I'm like, I know, I didn't have room for this in my carry on because of all my worms and crankbaits and Marty Burns stuff I brought. So I think I'm gonna probably wear all my rain gear.
You had 2 free bags.
Wear my
Did you get 2 free bags? What kind of luxury flights are you flying?
Southwest.
Southwest, dude.
Man.
Yeah.
2 free check bags.
2 free check bags. I have trust issues. I don't trust them.
Well, you can carry all that your
My baits.
backpack, yeah.
Yeah.
And then all your gear you can pack and check.
We'll see. I will bring my own tea bags so I can put those in the bag.
They'll have to be in your carry-on, right? You can't afford to lose those, right?
No, those are definitely. I would just carry those by hand.
Just like
that would be my carry-on. I would take the tea box and then just put like my little knickknacks inside of that. Oh, TSA pre-check, not for me. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'll have to. It'll take me all week to figure out what I'm.
Are you going to do a packing stream where you actually pack your baits in a bag?
I could. I do have a fancy new backpack that I've been. I fish now, like as little as I fish as if I'm a co-angler. So I have nothing in my boat, and I pack a backpack. Like if I'm going fishing, everything I need is pretty much in a backpack. So I've gotten pretty good at like consolidating stuff and bringing minimalist tackle. It doesn't have to be specific tea, but I don't want to get in a bind. Check the baits would cost more than a max money allowed for a refund, probably. You lost my burns?
Somebody lost a burns?
What? No, I'm talking about if the Southwest lost my bag. Those sold out in 12 seconds.
My dog is snoring under the table.
You bringing the dog?
No.
No.
We don't need that in the boat. He is not. He does okay. He doesn't do well.
To get bored?
He's just clomping around, and I don't typically like to fish with treble hooks when he's in the boat because he likes to step on my rods. And yeah, AJ can bring the custom painted crankbaits.
There you go. Perfect.
Will you bring me a rock crawler to try, AJ? I don't think I have any in my boat.
I have not one. Never thrown one. Never made a cast with one.
I think I did actually throw one of Banger's, Brian's, when we were somewhere, but I don't think I caught anything on it.
Is there wood to fish? Logs? Lay down logs?
Some. A lot more overhangs, but there is. Now, I've heard the secret juice hole that we're stopping on the way out has got a lot of wood in it.
Okay. I have baits for that. Is it non-grass or is it grass too?
I don't know.
Okay.
But it's supposed to have pretty big smallies in it. And they're shallow and they're around wood and rock. They'll probably come up and eat topwaters and flukes.
God, that sounds like heaven, dude. Did you take?
We're literally not going to catch a fish in 4 days because we're like the hype train is like.
But did you take your fishing for granted, like early on in your career, before you realized, hey, the rest of the world is not like this? Or was it not as good when you were growing up?
No, it was, but I took trips down south pretty young with my dad. So I got a pretty good, like, we'd go down to Missouri in like March, and I've been to Lake Fork, and I went to West Point when I was like 12, 13, 14. So I've traveled a decent amount. And so I've got to see. I mean, when I was like 18, I qualified for a regional in the Illinois River where one fish in 3 days got me, beat 40 guys because they triple zeroed. So like I've fished grinders. Like I'm
trying to think. Like that's what I was asking my buddy Keith about, guys that fish down here, that like when everything like guys that are from Ohio or like the fish like the Ohio River, or guys that typically fish places that are really tough, you would think when you take them somewhere that's really good that they would just like smash them.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like it doesn't necessarily translate. I guess like a Bill Lowen. You know what I mean? Like
right. You take him to Falcon, he still catches 14 pounds.
Right. It's just like they're not programmed to, but he could catch 14 pounds for 45 days in a row. You know what I mean? And he would probably be able to survive, but I don't know. It's interesting. Very interesting. Like, is there anybody from like the any local from like Three Rivers that like made a run at a professional career?
I don't think so. Maybe. Well, Dave Wolak was from Pennsylvania. I don't know if he was that part of Pennsylvania.
You ever hear from that guy?
He had a fishing show for a while, didn't he?
Was that the one that was kind of like it was kind of like the Dustin Wilkes one where it was tied in with Culprit?
Maybe he was Dustin, or I think Wolak was Culprit too, wasn't he, for a while? I don't know. Hayden suggests that you bring some hybrid hunters. I've got some, I think. Whether they're in the boat though is the question.
Wolak was a nice guy. I met him at Kentucky Lake.
Should I bring?
Very fit. The Christmas tree? No,
should we try to catch fish on the Christmas tree, Crank?
No, because those I don't need.
You want them to go away? You don't want it. You want them to disappear?
No, because they sell perfectly fine on their own. I don't need fish catches for that thing. I just need them sitting next to a little Debbie box, and the housewives will scoop them up. That one I definitely don't need proof of.
So when you come out of Minneapolis, I'll be the white truck with the Camus behind it.
Okay.
So you should be able to spot it.
Do you have a visor gang sticker so I can?
There is a visor gang on the windshield of the Camus, to be sure.
Okay. In case there's another one.
Yeah.
Well, up front there's 4 Camuses. I'm like, damn. Are you HellaBass?
I'll wear a visor when I'm driving. So it'll be,
Yeah, that would be funny if you went with a normal hat. Some of these old pictures would make it big. There you go, Rich.
Okay. AJ's predicting a tube craw boom in Alabama. He thinks the tube craw is going to take Gunnersville by storm.
I mean, y'all are talking about like the Lake Fork one back in the day that like Kelly Jordan used to win big bass honors on.
It's super popular in Minnesota.
Huh?
Super popular in Minnesota.
Has it always been, or is it like a new trend?
At least 10 years. Yeah.
Is it legit though? You think like you wouldn't leave without it?
I don't throw it a ton, but there are a lot of people that throw the fire out of it. I'm more of a D-bomb, beaver kind of guy.
What about AJ? Is he a crawl tube guy?
He keeps talking about it. I assume so.
Who makes the best?
My team partner is a big tube craw guy. Michael, the tall kid. He likes to flip the tube craw. I don't have to flip the tube craw because he's always flipping the tube craw.
Does he snatch bigger than average fish behind you, or you just vacuum them up?
He weighed 2 of our 5 from not last Sunday, but the Sunday before.
Crawl tube fish?
Yeah. I caught 2 on a jig, 1 on a ring fry, and he caught 2 on a tube craw that we weighed.
Ring fry? Oh, we got ours in the mail.
Tim's headed up next week. Might have to try out Pigstone. Might see us out there, Tim.
Oh, throw in a Tackle Warehouse sticker.
Yeah,
Garbage out of here.
You got Amy stickers.
Yeah, I did.
I thought you would like that. I reinforce them with a tackle warehouse sticker. Because I didn't put them any of my tackle boxes, and I was like, "What am I going to? Oh, I finally have a use for them."
Yeah. AJ throws the D bombs. He's still not completely gone crawl tube.
Daniel, you're on the list. I was just waiting to like fill it out for another run. It's kind of a pain to like print out labels and on envelopes and put stamps on them. So you're on there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did show the visor sticker.
Those are for Amy's kayak. They're not for you.
Oh, sorry.
It will be. I'll be decorating it before I take it to the lake. Your dad's going to.
I'm gonna take one to the airport with me. I'm just gonna get out of the plane and
Like a passport.
yeah, I'll be like, you know who I am? You know how I got this? Part of the visor gang. Let me out. Let me out of here.
Maybe you could bring one little tackle box like this, and you could have a little sticker on it.
Okay, that's what I should do. I feel like that's kind of a waste of the sticker to put it on my little note card box.
I got more.
We got. Oh wow, you got a big box. Big box.
Maybe I'll catch one on this next week.
I'll take care of that for you.
Yeah,
Maybe you could teach me how to throw it.
I can do that.
Because of 4th of July weekend.
I'll replace it if a pike eats it off while I'm fishing it.
Just throw it right on the outside of the jet as you walk in, just like right in the, there's like a little space with the, like like that little accordion that comes out. Yeah. You could just like put it right on the...
You'd be like, what is that on the thing right there? Pop. And then just
although if somebody saw you do it, you probably could get in trouble for that, I would bet.
Oh yeah.
They probably don't joke around like stuff like that.
No.
Will you have...
Hello, I'm gonna be late. Why?
Well,
I stuck a visor game sticker on the door of the airplane.
You do that on Tuesday morning.
Yeah. at 4 a.m. when nobody's paying attention.
But it might be dark out still, so
maybe.
Will the
Say they haven't fished fork, but
will the places are going? Will they be like high?
sounds like we're putting Amy to sleep over there. She's yawning.
yeah, she was asking about boat traffic. She wanted to know if there would be lots of people. He said they're rural.
Just the visor gang follow us around.
There gonna be an entourage when you get to the
Chase
of visor wearing.
So that like literally the day after I got the stickers, though the day after I gave away stickers or showed them on stream, I had somebody at the local access ask me for some, and I was like, oh man, I feel bad. I now keep some in my boat at all times.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird fishing with a celebrity.
Yes, typically, Daniel, if you order from Horseshoe, which you better act quick, you got to order by probably tonight, because otherwise AJ leaves Saturday. So yeah, if you don't order tonight, they would ship tomorrow. But I have gotten.
Ooh,
I think I have another one too.
I have that. I have that color combination Umbros. Nice choice, AJ.
I have another version of it too.
Not even
different Horseshoe.
My first tat is the HellaBass Visor Gang sticker. I ain't seeing where the tattoo is located.
What? How far are you from the ferry across lake? I have no idea what that is. I'm sorry. We're making Amy yawn.
Double Griffies were badass. I couldn't get those. I got
like. Are we talking like Atlanta Hawk Christian Leitner, Timberwolves Leitner, or Duke Leitner? Like how popular? I feel like his highest popularity is when he was at Duke.
For sure. For sure.
All right. I was going to give away some. How long? Almost 2 hours. This is ridiculous. We are not going until 12:15. Just to be clear, okay? Like,
what time is it? I'm on Amy's computer. I can't even see. I don't even know where the clock is on here.
I said I was going to give away a little bit of Arsenal tackle.
You gonna give away a wrap?
I could probably give. Yeah, I can give away a wrap.
Fair one.
I don't know. Do I want to get? I feel like maybe the wrap should go to a member. It's a pretty big deal. I need to do a members only one of these days.
We'll do that.
I think we're just gonna do swim jigs tonight. Then we'll do. Well, you'll take the wrap. Oh, he's got new sparkly stickers.
Mm-hmm.
It is true. Tacklecraft does have baits and merch up on the website.
Just DD22.
DD22s and t-shirts.
Hats.
Yeah, a few hats.
Stickers. Any stickers left?
Yeah, I've got some of the fighter Ned sticker. Do you see it on Fighter's boat? Yeah, that one.
All right. All right. So Arsenal, I will give away. Ooh.
Maybe you're
Let's
not
see
here. Amy really wants to win these things.
Is Amy going for the win?
Gosh.
It'll save on shipping. I'll make you take it home with you when you get here.
There you go. Yeah, if she's not around her phone and she hears you doing a raffle or a giveaway from
She's
others,
running.
she's like, hold on. Where's the phone? Tell him to stop. I'm like, I can't stop it.
Oh, you're logged
Oh, you're on
on
me.
my phone.
Oh, no.
All right. We'll give away 3 swim jigs. This kind of brown color, a white, and a black and blue in a variety of sizes, 3/8 and quarter. We can do a live stream while TK's here, and you can tell me everything that's wrong with this swim jig.
I can already tell you the hook's too small. And I'm never
I'll actually have you look at some of the Super K swim jigs I have and see what you think of that one. You might be more inclined to more your style.
No, that's the that's the way. I mean, that style swim jig is very tried and true and tested for the Northern Reel. Has that been named? What like the Alabama Shake is?
No, it's just like the slow and steady, just the Northern swim jig.
I
The
figured
not Alabama Shake swim jig.
the not Alabama Shake. I have to try to coin a phrase on there.
All right, 3 swim jigs. We'll save the other ones for some members action.
David asked again about your t-shirt.
Look at, yeah, if AJ wins, he's also gonna have to pick it up in person.
Your logo.
No new logo shirts. Which one? This one? No, I haven't done any new. I'm trying to get another one done right now.
What's up, Conrad?
Tell Brendan those hats are available.
Which ones?
They're just on the website.
These should be up. That was Amy.
Sure it was. The ferry across from Lake Michigan goes from, I don't know. That's a hike. I would guess 6+ hours from my house, at least. Maybe longer. Can map it. I live just south of Minneapolis.
No way, dude. My head will burn. Since I don't have hair, I don't have luscious locks. Like,
How big of a smallmouth would we have to catch for you to let me cut the top off your hat?
I have to bring a backup hat. I mean, I would think if I caught a 5-pound smallmouth, you could cut my hat.
There we go. You heard it here, folks.
You better bring it back up.
Yeah, I am.
Or we can just what we can do is just take one of my buffs and stretch it. And you can, like...
Amy gave me 2 new buffs for Father's Day, so I'll be.
Oh, there you go.
Be buff heavy.
Or nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
36, only 36 people in for the swim jigs out of a potential 60 some viewers. Last call.
None of those.
We'll put it on TikTok.
Oh, I never listened.
We'll see if the Alabama Bass Council approves.
Sorry, Brennan.
Oh,
I'll put them up tomorrow.
how are you going to pay for this trip if you don't put stuff on the site to sell?
No, for real. Hat sale.
And there's a, if you're interested in medium performance sunwear, just slide into TK's DMs.
Yeah.
Any of your wives want
Yeah.
some shirts?
Wives or kids, or
If you're a medium,
if you're a medium.
Jockeys, if you know any jockeys that need performance sun shirts.
they're really nice. They're just
They are
small.
really nice. They're just small. Which one you want, Brendan? You want this one? I have this hat in 2 different styles. It's the same brand, but this one is the flat bill because it's taller. And then I have a shorter one that's like a Richardson 112.
Gator, I assume, are you asking TK? TK has a 2000 something Triton?
Yeah, I have a 2008 TR20X HP. Sitting right out there, collecting
Leaves.
pine straw and leaves,
Pollen.
pollen. Yeah. Beautiful boat, though.
Have you tried dyeing the carpet yet?
No, I have not covered the carpet in dye yet.
So Brendan wants the one you are wearing.
One I'm wearing. All right.
Does he mean the one like the one you're wearing, or does he want the one with your DNA on it from your head?
Give me that one.
I want that one. All right, time to draw. Who's going to be the swim jig winner? I already saw your name go by. I already saw AJ's. I saw AJ's twice. Tom Mix.
There you go.
Good boy, Tom. Tom, repeat winner. Member Tom Mix. Oh, talking to Bono. All right. Congrats, Tom. You know, get a hold of me. Send me a message. Remind me. Oh.
I don't have one of the 112 style. They're all at the shop. I'm streaming from the tackle crib tonight, not the bait room, so I don't have anything.
Not a tackle cave.
The tackle cave. Good one.
Tune in later this week. You got any plans for streams this week, or just?
It's about done. Tomorrow I'll probably package up popper orders from today and repaints and swim baits and hats and shirts and everything else, whatever else needs to go out, and call it a week.
And, you got your clear code. You got your clear code on order yet?
No, I'm gonna do that when I get off here.
Did you see that YouTube has changed where you can enter partial monetization at 500 subs now?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you're not that far away.
Oh, well, I need to actually try.
So for those that for those that don't have day jobs and can watch streams between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
all day,
Tacklecraft tends to go on about all kinds of things, sometimes fishing, most of the time not during the day, if you want to check him out.
Yeah, we can get to 500, and then I can make 25 cents.
There you go.
Use that floor wax stuff.
So I don't think 500 gets you into like the AdSense, but it opens up like super chats and that kind of stuff.
Oh,
So people can make donations if they would like.
well, that would be, yeah. That I mean, it turns me into a what do you call it?
An influencer.
Charity case. Hey, I got 500 followers. I can accept it.
They're like, oh look, he was buffing his crankbait and he put the hook in his hand. You can send him $5 to buy himself some bandages. Wow. AJ said a sellout.
AJ.
Wow. Harsh, AJ.
But I need to stay at the bottom. Don't conform.
Yeah. You don't want to be a sellout like HellaBass and have ads on your stream and commercials and logos and all that garbage.
But wait, there's more. Are we going to film a commercial while I'm there? You'd be like, hold this. Go stand over there and read from this card. Oh, I know why you brought me up here.
And then I'll pretend that you're the Shane from The Walking Dead.
Actually, the first time I heard that, I was in Subway, and there was this like 65-year-old lady and her husband getting Subway in front of me, and it was right when The Walking Dead came out. She was like, she looked back at me, and then she looked back again, and she was like, she started elbowing her husband, and she's like, I was like, what is she talking about? And she finally turned around and she was like, I've just got to tell you, you look just like Shane from The Dead. And I was like, I don't think so. I've never seen The Walking Dead, but I'll have to go look this guy up.
So you have looked?
Yeah, I've seen the guy. I've seen him around.
He was also the Punisher, I think.
Oh, did that make
What's his name?
Shane from The Walking Dead? There you go. Subscribe to my charity YouTube channel.
That's right. Give him the so he can get him to 500 so he can be a sellout in AJ's eyes. Well, look at the sticker. So are you saying the sticker that you saw on Seth's
Fighter's boat
on his windshield is what brought you, Hayden? Is that what you're saying?
That's interesting.
This one?
I would have thought. It's such
maybe
a
next year
thing too, though, dude. Like
maybe next year, if he does it again.
There you go. I'm surprised he didn't get more. I wonder if he'd like got like 1,000 and had to just.
And maybe just only pick the good ones.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, there you go. Maybe that's a strategy. Send stickers to all the pros.
Yeah, but all the pros aren't as cool as Fighter is.
They
just throw them in the trash.
I can get an Orkin commercial, and then Drew Cook can call me out on YouTube.
Why'd they pick him? He's not a pro. That's the funny thing about professional bass fishing. I heard, I think it was Castledine. Him and Ish were talking about it. And it's like, you know, when I was looking into that was my whole problem with bass fishing was when I realized that the professional bass fishermen weren't the best bass fishermen on the planet. Like some of them were, but there was another 80 that weren't.
AJ, I sent you stickers. Did you not get them?
I think he's talking about.
I don't think Seth is a camper.
Did you buy any poppers? No, I haven't heard from. You did get the T-shirt though.
You sent him a T-shirt and a sticker.
Mm-hmm.
Not you, TK.
But yeah.
So there you go. TK wants a sticker, or sorry, AJ wants a TK sticker.
Okay.
So why didn't you put a sticker in with his pretzels and his chips?
I didn't even think about it, honestly.
Come on.
I thought Zaps was enough.
You sent him Zaps?
AJ, yeah.
Are you bringing me Zaps?
Popped. If you want Zaps.
You gotta bring him the voodoo pretzels.
He'd already had the voodoo pretzels. I sent him the Cajun dill, and he didn't like those. He didn't like dill, which I don't know.
How do you know?
That's what I said.
Like you sent some to Hella?
I haven't sent Hella any Zaps. I don't know what Hella likes flavor. I don't know what kind of flavor profile.
Full checked bag of Zaps.
If you've never had the voodoo pretzels, I need to bring those.
We'll just go with the pretzels. I feel like the pretzels probably will travel the best. Chips will probably get smashed.
You should get your mom's Chex Mix.
I should bring my mother's Chex Mix. That would probably change your life. If you think Omnia beef jerky is good, dude, people,
Mind blown.
my website would have nothing on it if I gave out Chex Mix from my mother.
And the crackers.
Maybe you just need to like you
yeah.
make it and you just make like little tiny like bags like this big with Chex Mix.
Oh, dude.
Like little dime bags of Chex Mix.
Yeah, when people would get they'd get it to taste, they'd be like, dude, sell me something so I get Chex Mix. Like, do you have any kind of like broken spinner bait you can sell me, or like
What's in it? They're asking. Ooh.
what's in what?
I don't know. My boat, the trolling motor wire was run in my boat already. I don't know what I would imagine pretty heavy, right? Like what, like a 6 gauge for trolling motor?
Brown bag.
I'm gonna do that, dude. People need to taste it.
Campers. So that's gonna be the new camper thing, right?
That could be. That could.
Or
be.
are you gonna have a new tier? If you
Yeah.
check the tier?
that one might be extra.
Yeah, $15 for the.
Yeah.
He said he loved the spicy craw taters.
The thing about the spicy craw taters, the Cajun craw taters, is that Zapp's has since sold to a big chip company. But back when they were like locally owned, family owned Zapp's, the craw taters were so spicy and so like they had so much seasoning on them, like they would make your nose run. Like they were hot and they were like very salty, very like flavorful. Now compared to what they used to taste like, they taste like plain chips with like a little bit of seasoning on them. But
I don't think you would be disappointed with going with a thicker wire. I'd go 6. Does that have to be clean ingredient list for Amy? Is this what this is?
they're not Amy improved.
What?
Mom's Chex Mix.
No. They're good.
They're good. I mean, the only thing bad in them is what?
Like
Salt
5
content?
pounds of butter.
Yeah, it's got some butter.
Some butter is literally nothing but.
You thought Big M's were expensive? You haven't seen Chex Mix.
Yeah. Yaya's Chex Mix.
It's a good name too.
Yeah, please send HellaBass scent flavored chips. I always thought that I won't say it since we've got AJ on here.
We should just like come up with all the firsts for TK. First time he catches a 2-pound smallmouth. First time he catches a fish on front-facing sonar.
Yeah.
First time he catches a fish on max scent. First time he.
There's probably tons of. I've never caught a fish on a Ned rig.
Ned rig. We could tie on a 6-pound leader to some braid.
Yeah. I mean, it makes me sound like such a noob.
We could get his 3rd fish ever.
Yeah, people are gonna think they're like, has this dude ever fished before in his life? I'm like, yeah, actually a lot.
We should probably pack a -1. Get his first fish on a -1.
Yeah. A lot. Barbecue. Sell some North Carolina barbecue.
First pull tabs.
Yeah. Pull tab. Never had Casey's Pizza.
First Mick Golden Light. Man, this is going to be a life-changing event.
No, I feel like I've been living on Mars, and I'm an alien. I'm just showing up and like Conehead
in his spacesuit, rain suit.
Yeah.
With 4 extra.
I'm gonna get off the airplane and be like, where am I?
We're not going to have time to stop any place that makes Juicy Lucy's. I don't think we'd have to make them ourselves.
You
Is it
You know what a
Juicy
Juicy
Lucy
Lucy is? Yeah.
can introduce them to
That's
that.
all. I only know that because I watch like
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Yeah.
Armadillos.
Yeah, I could.
It would be good if we could find a meat raffle at the local bar. That would be good.
Do y'all have Louisiana Red Dot hot sauce? Or would I need to pack that?
Is that just Louisiana hot sauce?
Yeah, it's got a red dot on it.
Yes, that's it.
But it's the Louisiana brand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can find it in places. I don't know if it's everywhere. It may not be at the grocery store in Ortonville.
No. Excuse me, man. You have Louisiana Red Dot hot sauce? Where are you from?
Here's what you do in one of the airports that you go to. If they've got like a Popeyes, you
Yeah.
swing in there and just grab like 10 packets of their hot sauce and then shove it in your pocket.
Speaking of hot sauce and fast food chains, Amy noticed in our Texas time that the Texas Chick-fil-A's had Texas Pete hot sauce, and then when you got outside of Texas, they had like Tabasco
And
or other
Louisiana.
brands that were like not Texas Pete. But in Texas, they had Texas Pete.
And in Louisiana, had Tabasco.
Yeah, in Louisiana, they had Tabasco. How about that? You know, you're a real connoisseur when you know that kind of stuff.
How much boat snacks do you need during the day?
I don't need
0.
none.
No, 0. Like,
He
I think I
literally
have some. I think I have some of the cheddar peanut butter crackers I can throw on the boat.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's, but I mean, the marathon you're talking about, I might need a pack of crackers. But I'll just,
I
I'll just
typically have
I'll just sip.
turkey, a couple granola bars, well, some crackers in the boat.
Yeah, I mean, the only time I would eat, I don't even know when I would. When I like, well, why would I stop fishing to eat unless
I'm
I'm like,
driving to the next spot.
I mean, I would rather just enjoy the scenery. Tie up my Ned rig. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could eat. Wouldn't hurt.
I don't know. You're probably not used to. I mean, like, see, the thing is, like, you don't ever put the motor down, so you're always on the trolling motor, so you're always fishing. We're actually going to move around a little bit, so we're going to actually get up and drive for a few minutes at a time, so that give you a time to have a couple crackers and a drink of water. Like
that'll also
Take
be
a
different.
break.
Yeah, a break. Weird.
You may have forgotten what it's like to fish for 16 hours a day. When is the last time you fished for an entire day?
Entire day.
You did it recently.
Yeah, I did recently. I went out by myself and I fished for like every minute possible.
Like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.?
Yeah.
Oh.
Was it last weekend or weekend before?
Yeah, it was like a couple weeks ago. It was a holiday.
Are you sure you don't want to stop and pick up some Uncrustables?
Possibly. That was like when I would take those for a tournament, I would typically eat them at blast off, like when they were frozen still. And I would because I wouldn't want to have to stop during the middle of the day. So I would like carb load first thing and like eat as many as I could just to like fill my stomach up so I wouldn't eat the rest of the day.
AJ suggests frozen Snickers. The other thing I do sometimes is I'll just throw a jar of peanut butter in a compartment and throw a loaf of bread in there.
That's what we did. Jody and I did that at a tournament at Old Hickory. We turned his back compartment into an ice chest, and we just lived out of that back compartment. We filled it up with like 50 bags of ice from the hotel, and we drained the hotel ice machine.
I feel like Hayden is watching 10 minutes ago, not live.
Possibly.
So Hayden, when you get here, here's your next life hack. You click on that little gear icon on the window and you hit 1.25 or 1.5 and you'll catch up. But we'll be gone by the time you get there because we're not going to go that much longer.
Amy, have you ever put Bucky's scorpion pepper hot sauce in TK's Louisiana hot sauce? No,
Nope.
she hasn't blasted me with any
That-
tricky hot
that's
sauces.
too mean. That plastic ice in the bathtub, but nothing, or in the shower. But that's
There are no McDonald's. We are out in the boondocks. There's no McDonald's where we're going to be.
That's the old. Didn't Ike used to do that? Wasn't that in his book?
Breakfast sandwiches, though.
Oh, was it?
Old breakfast sandwiches.
I always thought he got burgers.
Well, maybe he was eating cold. Yeah, I mean,
either or, they're both disgusting. But
it was my one of my Brian who was on here earlier. I was out with him and he bought 2 breakfast sandwiches at Quick Trip and then he ate one cold later in the day.
I can't say that I can argue with that because the best egg sandwich I've ever had in my life was on a boat at like 11 and it was freezing cold. The sandwich was. It was from Waffle House. And I was so friggin' hungry.
I think I'd rather eat a cold hamburger than a cold breakfast sandwich.
It sounds weird, but like a cold egg sandwich with eggs on it from the Waffle House is pretty legit.
And you try to remake it all the time.
I do.
And you still can't.
I still can't. Did I get my 80-year-old fish to the taxidermist? No. I think I'm gonna stuff him. I'm gonna watch enough YouTube videos and stuff it myself. Hell, if I catch a 3-pound smallmouth, can I stuff it?
You can do whatever you want with it. You got a license.
I'm kidding. No stuffing.
Well, maybe we should probably eat some. We could eat some bass while we're out here.
I love bass. And then you can post them on Facebook and get flamed.
Flay up some 13-inch smallmouth.
I love those posts. Waffle House does rock.
Maybe we should keep track of the 5 smallest bass we catch in our 5-day marathon and see how small we can.
How light does your scale read in grams?
It goes in hundreds.
Okay, so it would show pretty microscopic size.
I don't know how accurate it is at under.
Yeah, it can't be that accurate.
You don't have a gram scale you're bringing for this?
Yeah, I can bring my little my scale. I weigh my dime bags of Chex Mix with that I can do the live weigh in.
Actually, ice fishing tournaments, that's the scale those guys use because they're trying to they weigh their best 7 or 8 panfish or whatever, and ice they're basically have a little gram scale for weighing bluegills and crappies on the ice so they can be precise.
Do they walk out there wearing a hoodie with the hood up and their JanSport backpack with a bunch of shady materials in it and pull out their scale and they're like, let me weigh those parts?
A live scope in it.
Yeah.
Little gram scale.
Catch and cook live. That would be fun. Batter the fish in zaps.
Not a bad idea.
I know. I've been wanting to do it.
They do have a dot up here. They do sell a Dots pretzel fish breading.
No, you have to do it while I'm in town so I can eat it.
Boost the ratings. Are catch and cook still a thing? Hella, you keep up with this with the.
I'd imagine on a certain type of channel it is. I don't know if it would be on this audience.
No.
We can maybe. I mean, if we get if we have good Wi-Fi at the house and you tune in at 10, 11 o'clock at night, you might see some things.
There you go. There you go. You're a night owl, aren't you? Or no?
A little bit, not super late, but
yeah.
Although I get less of a light night owl after I've fished for 16 hours in the sun 4 days in a row.
Yeah, you start getting a little loopy.
You start having 2 beers and falling asleep in the recliners.
That's good sleep, though. I will say, it's good sleep. Actually, they get lots of views. Who knew?
What does?
Catching cooks.
TK is going to go full Milliken this weekend.
What does that mean?
Well, he's going to go full multi-species catch and cook. We'll be fishing from culverts and spillways and
just trying to load up with clickbait.
I gotta just get TK with like a big YouTube face or something.
Oh, that's what I saw Ben's video, and you could tell like he took the picture in his yard.
Yeah.
Up under the bridge. I was like, get out of here, dude.
Yeah, Sobe does a lot of ice fishing catch and cooks for sure.
He cooks them on the ice.
He catches them on the ice. He cooks them. I mean, yeah, but a lot of his ice fishing stuff is catch and cook.
That's fine.
Sometimes he cooks them on the ice. I don't know that we're going to find this out. The Chevy Silverado is pretty good and efficient at pulling it in and out of boat ramps. So.
Catch and cook. Cops called. Karen gets angry. 25 different fish caught. New world record. That'll do it, dude. If the cops get called, you got a milli on that video every time.
I actually, where I just had that. Oh, so when my wallet got stolen, I did have the sheriff. The sheriff did show up. I called the cops. I didn't film it or take any pictures, but I should have.
Hella calls the cops on himself for a viral video, and it goes negative viral. people got angry. That would be hilarious.
All right.
Cops were called. Heard Poche's boat next year will be in 01 on the side.
Is it like the Dukes of Hazzard? Is that what that is?
What is an air biscuit?
Oh. See, if I
one.
would have just filmed a little bit of it, that could have been a perfect title.
Yep.
I called the cops. Not what you think.
Yep.
I did not get my wallet back. I got a new wallet for Father's Day, though.
Man, oh man.
Got one of these little, like, trendy wallets.
Oh, yeah. Cops got free visor stickers.
You press a button and it all comes out.
No, not that one.
Mm.
It's just supposed to be like, well, I don't know where it's like, it's supposed to be anti-RFID, so they can't like
Steal your stuff.
steal your chips, and then it's just expandable, so your cards just I have to push them out manual. It's a something mountain
Link in bio.
Mountain Voyage Company.
Nice.
It was way cheaper than the brand name ones. It was off Amazon versus the Ridge wallet would be like the brand name one that
That spams you on Instagram.
yeah.
You should put up the Amazon affiliate link.
Cash is so lame. I hate cash. Not gonna lie.
Oh man, I love it.
Ooh, whoa. I bet you it was Tin Horse Monty. It was Gabe. He probably got into your chips.
He's like, AJ, I know this guy. Let's see what he's getting.
Yeah. Cash is so handy for buying baits online. It's the best.
No, but it's good for buying stuff when you're out in the middle of nowhere.
You know what?
Stone.
Back to your point, if I would have had piles of cash in my wallet, I would have been SOL.
You would have been real screwed.
Whereas as soon as I got the first alert, I went into my apps and turned all my cards off, and they didn't get nothing.
Yeah, that does. It's better if you just aspire to have cash and still don't have cash in your wallet. And then when your wallet gets stolen, you're still safe. Feels so rich with a big wad of ones. Why wouldn't anybody have a big wad of $1 bills?
Only one profession that I can think of that has.
Brendan.
Brendan, are you uniting in a different profession, Brendan? Is this like are you trying to tell us something?
Feel rich with a big. Let me read that again. Feel so rich with a big wad of $1 bills. Interesting.
Not just a bait. Not just an aspiring bait maker, it turns out.
Squeaky clean, soft voice Brendan. Why would somebody need so many $1 bills? That's a mystery. For making it rain. That's why it goes by BBC.
He must be an ice cream truck driver.
Likes garage sales.
Yeah, he was talking about how he wanted to be that old so he'd have PayPal, but now we really know why he wanted to be.
He was playing his way through college.
Oh, the truth will set you free.
What you didn't know about him, and Jermaine, it all comes out.
Yep.
Not such an innocent co-host after all.
Nope. Glad we cracked that code.
Brendan night job at his chip and tail.
Now, First Faith Fishing will definitely not be watching Brown Bait Company's channel anymore.
No, sorry.
Sorry, that's not gonna fly with Mom and Dad.
That is for his act.
He had to get a new hat for the weekend.
Yeah. No, I want the tall one. I don't want that little 112 thing.
Well, I think that's a good place to end it.
That was a great place to end it.
I think that pretty much sums it up. We came in late. I don't know if we learned anything about fishing tonight, but go back, watch the replay, see if we did.
Yeah, specifically less than this.
If you like nonsense like tonight, check out Tacklecraft on YouTube. If you want to see where this trip ends up, I'm kind of thinking this is gonna be like a vlog trip. We're just gonna it's gonna be the travels. It's gonna be some fish catches. It's just gonna be hanging out all weekend. One big montage of. So we'll see.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Now we know I can afford such big swim baits.
Makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Until next time, help you guys catch more big bass and suck less.
Bye,
See you soon, bud.
Later, dudes.